Oh, three cows. Good morning, friends. Made it through the night. The Google weather report said it was only gonna get down to like 36. I updated it this morning at like 5 because it was so cold, and it said it got down to 31, which is what my Garmin said. But if I looked on my Garmin app, it said it was getting to 36. So I'm confused, but a little chilly last night, but we made it. Got a little bit later start this morning because I wanted to rest the feet a little bit. It's gonna be a shorter day today. And wanted the tent to warm up a little bit before I got out of my sleeping bag. Right now I'm walking through this burn area. It's kind of haunting. All the trees are still standing for the most part. These Russian thistles have just taken over. These are the tallest I've seen them. Look at this. Crazy. Oof. Their little seeds are everywhere. No wonder they're freaking everywhere. It's kind of like dandelions. They pollinate via the wind. So I've been cruising down trail for about an hour now, and I'm just going as fast as I can for no other reason, but I can. The pack felt really light today, but that also worries me slightly because I have, from my camp, it was 13 miles to like a good water source. The rest of the water sources in between are either dry or very mucky, and I had an experience with that yesterday with a cow pond, and I'm not looking to repeat that. So I'm setting off to, it's called Sheepherder Tank is the name of the water source. I'll be at mile 13 today. We'll see how far I get. I'll probably just end up hiking until 4 because it's like 20 miles to the 87, and just beyond the 87 there's a really nice campsite, but I really doubt that I'll be able to get all the way there. This guy really did not have a good day. It's all over the place. Oof. There've been a lot more bones on trail today. A little concerned about that, but I think we'll be good. Strange. You go from an area with like nothing bone-wise to all of a sudden I've seen probably like 4 different skeletons today alone. Just strange. Wonder what kind of stuff's going on in this area that causes that. I mean, obviously it's predators of some sort or scavengers of some sort, but why here? Luckily the trail is pretty easy today. Relatively flat. Just following some 2-track for the majority of it. It's kind of weird. Back a few miles ago, the trail was really poorly marked. Like in big fields there'd be the signs, but then in between there'd be nothing. When I check the GPS app on my phone, it'd say that I wasn't even on trail. So I'm like, what's happening? It's kind of weird. I had to bushwhack a little bit to get back to the real trail because whatever trail I was taking just suddenly ended in the middle of a wash. So I must have gotten turned up around on like a cow trail or something, but just weird. It's how easy it is to get turned around out here though. So it's important that you pay attention, and if something doesn't feel right, double check, you know? Check yourself before you get yourself in a situation where, you know, you go like miles and miles off trail. So that would really not be fun. Oh, I just climbed up this, man. Oh, feels awesome. Hello, friends. Sorry. Got a little dark when I rolled into camp last night. Ended up hitting 22 miles yesterday for a new record for myself. Feeling really good. Oh, I get this steep incline right out of camp though. Not so hyped about that. My feet are a little sore today. My ankles and knees and stuff are feeling good though. Hills, man. So today I'm hoping to actually get down the Mogollon Rim. Hoping to camp close to the East Verde, which is about 15.6 miles from where I camped. After this hill, I think it'll be flat. I hope it'll be flat. We'll see what happens. I know there's also a closure I'm gonna have to navigate today, so we'll see how that pans out. Talk to you guys soon. That hill just about did me in. Good God. Now I'm on top of this ridge line and I get to cruise for like at least a mile and a half. But then I go straight back down to East Clear Creek. I've done a few adventures to West Clear Creek before, but apparently there's an east one too, go figure. See what that's like. I hear it's dry. West Clear Creek is almost always flowing, so I guess it's the not as good Clear Creek. But look at that view. Definitely feeling a little weak today, but I think I just need to get moving. Kinda nervous because there isn't really water until like mile 14 or something like that. And I don't know how full my Camelback was. I pumped 4.5 liters from Sheepherders, but that was 8 or 9 miles ago now. So I was kind of counting on water being on at that campground I was just at. I stopped at Blue Ridge Campground, by the way, which was 22 miles from where I stopped yesterday, or 2 days ago. Oh Lord. Because someone a week ago was there and said, or actually 6 days before I was there, said that the water spigot was still on. So I'm like, awesome, I won't have to worry about water. I pumped just in case. And I'm very grateful I did because water wasn't on there. It's no good. So I'll actually be hitting the western part of the cabin loop today, that General Springs cabin. Pretty excited for that. But one sketchy thing, the last person to talk about if there was water there or not was mid-September, before I even started the trail. And they said that it wasn't flowing, but that there were good-sized pools. So, see what happens. If nothing else, my stopping point is going to be good water, but hopefully I have enough in my pack to sustain me to that point, or else this could get a little ugly. So this part of the trail was recently going under a prescribed burn. They said that there would be signs talking about the reroute, given I need to take it, but Haven't seen any of that yet, but some freshly burned earth. There's actually still some smoking back a little ways. Wanted to get out of there just in case we're not supposed to be here. But I didn't see any red tape or any signs saying like, don't go here, it's unsafe. And on the Arizona Trail Association website, they said that there would be distinct signage pointing where to go and where the closure is and how to like get around it, but haven't seen any of that yet. So these prescribed burns, as they're called, are used to control the amount of underbrush and things on the ground so that if a fire were to break out here, it wouldn't become so severe and end up in the canopy, because that's when the fires really blow up and really start to destroy a lot of things and spread really fast. So this tries to combat it before a big fire happens in a controlled fashion. And this specific spot, they're treating around 5,000 acres. So you can see, big tree, he's fine. But all around him, it's now bare. So that if a fire were to blow through here, it wouldn't go up into his arms and get up into the canopy. But as you can see here, some of them are a little yellow. We might lose some of these trees, but a little bit of thinning out isn't gonna be that bad. Ooh, there's still some smoke over there. Because one of the big problems with the forest, logging companies pay them to come out and harvest the lumber that naturally grows in the forest. But the issue comes where you get a bunch of these little tiny spindly guys really, really close together. And those aren't good for anything but like wood chips. And those aren't worth a lot of money. So building roads and all the infrastructure to come out and like this, harvest that just for wood chips, it's not even profitable. So we end up with these issues of really tightly condensed pieces of forest that'll then ignite the big older growth trees, and then it's a big problem. I think I'm almost finally to the bottom of this big old canyon to East Clear Creek. It's so clear you can't even see the water because it's dry. Pertaining to hiking canyons, what goes down? Let's go back up. That canyon sure was a doozy. Now gone 6 miles since my camp. A lot of elevation change. That hurts after 22 miles yesterday, but we're getting there. I have about 10 miles till I hit the East Verde, and that's over the edge of the Mogollon Rim. That's not the bottom, but it comes out of the rim a little bit there. It's my next like guaranteed good water. 10 miles. I have no idea how much I have left. Supposedly in like 6 miles there's some pools in a canyon, General Springs Canyon. But that was also September 14th that someone said that. So take what we can get. If there's some there, I'll probably steal a liter or something. Probably more, maybe 2 liters. Whew. Luckily now it's pretty much flat with a little bit of gradual uphill until I hit the rim. So we're gonna make it. The canyon really tried to keep me. Ooh. Onward and upward, friends. And then downward because the Mogollon Rim. So bad news. I'm out of water. Luckily, I only have a little less than a mile until that supposedly supposed to be here water will be here. But as I said, that post that said there was water here is literally a month old. And then the closest water after that is like 7 miles. That's like guaranteed 100% that there is water there. So I'm a little worried. I'm really hoping that there's something I could take some water out of down here. or else it's not gonna be good. It's at least then 2 hours of hiking with this pack on, up and out of this canyon to get some water. This could get interesting. Good news. There's water. Now I just gotta figure out how I wanna access it. I think there, it looks the cleanest. Try to get around it. Not gonna dehydrate today. Whew. Friends, here are the links that we go to in the backcountry in order to treat our water. It's this tiny little trickle, but I know that it's safe. This filter right here is 0.1 microns, which is very close in scale to a dialysis filter that they use for filtering blood. So this gets all of the bacteria and protozoa and a lot of the chunky stuff out of the water. However, like in this case, the water tastes a little bit like tea because enough tannins from like the leaves, there's some oak trees upstream, I'm sure, things like that have leached into the water a little bit, so it has a little bit of an herbal taste. Might also be a bit of the algae. It's not nearly as bad as like cow pond water or something like that, because cow ponds taste gross. I've done the math. I've hiked 19.5 miles since my last water source. And that was the last like good water source that was of similar quality to this, which is crazy. How spread out everything is, that's just not safe. So if you consider doing the Arizona Trail and you don't want to carry a bunch of water weight on your back like me, I'd recommend doing it during the spring because there's a lot more snow melt, so a lot of these drainages are flowing. But you also run up against some other obstacles. Like earlier this season, there was a lot of mud on trail where I was hiking yesterday especially, and that basically made it impassable. It was like a bog out there. So you gotta weigh your you know, what challenges you want to take, and you know, calculate your own risks based on your own capabilities. I ran this one pretty close. If there wasn't water down here, it would have been really bad. I'm very, 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 very grateful that there's still some relatively clear pools of water, and it filters up pretty clean, pretty nicely. I haven't even had to clean the filter, and this is my 3rd liter out of here, so it's pretty good, all in all. Pretty good. We're actually on the cabin loop. Kayla and I did the eastern half of that in July. This is the western part of it, at least a portion of it, through this General Springs Canyon. And I know eventually I'm gonna get to a cabin. Starting my climb out from General Springs Canyon now, and some of these big formations kind of remind me of Barbershop Canyon, which is just a little further to the east. I have a video from that area and a whole 3.5 day backpacking trip. It was 3 days. Had to break up the last day into 2 episodes. If you want to check it out, look up here. So we made it to the cabin. It's pretty awesome. Apparently, it was originally built in 1918 by a guy named Lewis Fisher. And it was used many years after that as a fire guard spot, just like the other cabins on the cabin loop. It's named after General Crook, who used this spring back in here somewhere on his way to the Fort Apache back way, way back in the day. And now this thing is still preserved for historical significance, but use is prohibited. Can I even look inside? Ooh. Well, that's kind of cool. I don't know if this counts as use. Some poltergeist shit right there. Wow. How cozy. In case you ever wondered what a cabin from 1917 looks like. Or looked like. I don't know. Both. It's pretty. All right. We got hills to climb down. Let's do this. Yep, going down this is a bit of a crawl. It's washed out to all heck and steeper than all heck. It's a bit crazy, but it's really pretty over there if it weren't for this telephone pole. Oh, I feel really, really bad for anyone trying to go up this. This is just ridiculous. Oof. Oof. So apparently that wasn't the AZT that I just almost died on. That was something else. And the trail signs up at the top really got me mixed up, so that's annoying. It said that if I went left, it's a loop, and if I went right, it's the railway tunnel. It was not the railway tunnel. It was death down a mountain. Almost. Almost. Top of the hill needs work, guys. Top of the hill needs work. Oh, a little bit of adventure, never hurt nobody though. It all meets up back with this road. If anything, I just took a shortcut, but probably took me longer because I was busy sliding down the hill. Not into rock skiing, especially with a backpack on. A little dangerous, especially at the end of the day, but we persevered and we made it. So, onward. I'm now less than 20 miles from Pine. I'm hoping to get that within 15 miles before the end of the day. See if that's possible. Or I'll just pull a long day tomorrow, and then I think, so today is Monday, so I'll get to Pine Tuesday. My parents are meeting me. And then Wednesday, my girlfriend is coming up. So I think I'm gonna take a 0 day that day. Doing these majority of marathons each day is getting a little rough on the feet. I think I earned it. So we're gonna try and game for. Here's hoping. Running water, oh my God. Look at that. Oh, what a sight for sore eyes. That ain't LGE at all. Oh my God.